John Archibald Getty, 3, is an American historian and professor at the University of California, Los Angeles, specializing in the history of Russia and history of the Soviet Union. Life and career. Getty was born in Louisiana and grew up in Oklahoma. He received his Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Pennsylvania in 1972 and his Ph.D. from Boston College in 1979. Getty was a professor at the University of California, Riverside before moving to UCLA. Getty is a John Simon Guggenheim Fellow, a research fellow of the Russian State University for the Humanities, and has been Senior Fellow of the Harriman Institute and the Davis Center. He was Senior Visiting Scholar at the Russian Academy of Sciences in Moscow. Research and ideas. Academic Sovietology after World War II was dominated by the totalitarian model of the Soviet Union, stressing the absolute nature of Stalin's power. The revisionists, beginning in the 1960s, focused on relatively autonomous institutions which might influence policy at the higher level. In 1985, Getty wrote Origin of the Great Purges. The Soviet Communist Party reconsidered. 1933 to 1938. The book was a challenge to Robert Conquest's work and part of the debates between the totalitarian and revisionist historians of the Soviet Union. Getty, in an appendix to the book, questioned Stalin's role in Sergei Kirov's execution and criticized the reliance on émigré sources. The totalitarian scholars objected to revisionist history as apologetics for Stalin and accused them of downplaying the terror. During the debates in the 1980s, the use of émigré sources and the insistence on Stalin's engineering of Kirov's murder became embedded in the two sides' position. Sarah Davis and James Harris note that, with the collapse of the Soviet Union and the release of the archives, some of the heat has gone out of the debate and politicization has been reduced. Books. John Getty and Roberta Thompson Manning. Stalinist Terror. New Perspectives, New York, Cambridge University Press, 1993. ISBN 0-521-446708. J. Getty, Oleg V. Nomov. The Central Party Archive, a research guide, Univ Pittsburgh Center for Russian. 1993. ISBN 99944868661. John Archibald Getty Origins of the Great Purges. The Soviet Communist Party reconsidered. 1933 to 1938. New York, Cambridge University Press, 1985. 9th printing, 1996. ISBN 0-521-33570-1. J. Getty, Oleg V. Nomov. The Road to Terror. Stalin and the Self-Destruction of the Bolsheviks. 1932 to 1939. Yale University Press. 1999. ISBN 0-300-09403-5. Stalin's Iron Fist. The Times and Life of N.I. Yezhov, Yale University Press, 2008. ISBN 0-300-09205-9. J. Getty Practicing Stalinism, Bolsheviks, Boyars, and the Persistence of Tradition. Yale University Press, 2013. ISBN 0-300-16929-9. Articles. Stalin as Prime Minister, Power and the Politburo, in Sarah Davis and James Harris. Stalin, A New History, Cambridge University Press, 2005, 83-107. Excesses are not permitted. Mass terror operations in the late 1930s and Stalinist governance. The Russian Review, 16-1, January 2002, 112-137. Mr. Eshoff goes to Moscow. The Rise of a Stalinist Police Chief in William Husband, ed. The Human Tradition in Modern Russia, New York, 2000, 157-174. Samokritika Rituals in the Stalinist Central Committee, 1933-1938. The Russian Review, 58-1, January, 1999, 49-70. Afraid of the Shadows. The Bolshevik Recourse to Terror, 1932-1938. In Stalinismus vor dem Zweiten Weltkrieg. Neue Welt-Erforschung, ed. Manfred Hildemar and Elizabeth Müller-Luckner, Munich, 1998. Victims of the Soviet penal system in the pre-war years. A first approach on the basis of archival evidence. American Historical Review, 98-4, October, 1993. Trotsky in Exile. The Founding of the Fourth International. Soviet Studies, Volume 38, No. 1, January 1986, 24-35.